Volume 4, Number 4, A Family Getaway. Well, Grace, we like to trip so much in the mountains. Well, only a half hour away, I understand, but I need a timeout. So I decided that we were going to get the cabins and cottages and we're going to get a family getaway. You did, said Grace, sipping on water. That's great. So we're going to get away, yeah, this weekend. Well, it's Tuesday, and we've already celebrated our wedding anniversary. I wanted to see if mom and dad would be okay with it. If mom and dad aren't, well, then it's just going to be us, our family, and that's it. And just then, she gets a phone call from her brother. Hi, Grace. Hey, it's Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. It's so good to hear from you. What's going on? Well, I'm coming into town and I'm actually going on a hiking expedition with none other than Dan and my friend Michael, and I'm trying to think who else is going, and your other brothers. Really? That's awesome. So, when are you coming into town? This weekend? Really? We're hiking the mountains. It's a hiking expedition. Oh, that's great. We're going on a family getaway into the mountains as we speak. We were just talking about that, me and Michael. Oh, really? Yeah, we were just planning to go into the mountains. We're in the foothills, of course. And we're planning it right now as we speak. Well, why don't we meet for breakfast and we're going to go hiking and we can always meet up to where your location is after we're done. That would be nice. At least that would give you a chance to see the kids and etc. Yeah, that would be really nice. We could do breakfast. How about that? Well, let's consider it a plan. Okay, I'll tell Michael and I'll get off the phone here. And as soon as I get done talking to Michael about it, then I'll call you back. Okay, Grace, sounds great. Excellent, said Mark. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, good. I'll call you back. As Grace got off the phone and talked to Mark, her brother, she realizes this might turn out to be a great idea. How long are we going to be gone? Some of the questions were swirling around her mind. So she went in and talked to Michael. Michael, I just got off the phone with my brother Mark, and he asked, how long were we going to be gone? We're only going to be gone about 4 to maybe 5 days because I can't keep the kids out of school for longer than that. Oh, we're going to keep the kids out of school for a couple of days? Yeah, I have to take the kids out for at least 1 day and maybe 2. Why would we keep the kids out of school for a day or 2? Because they really shouldn't miss any school. Well, it's only going to be 1 day of school at the most, put it that way, because I just need to spend some time with my family. And being away for 4 days is too much. Being away from school would be asking too much of the kids. I understand. Maybe 1 day is plenty. Okay, we agree. So, what did you talk to your brother about? Well, they're going on a hiking expedition in the Ozark Mountains. They're hikers, is what they do. And they're having a hiking expedition and they want to meet for breakfast. And that sounds like a great idea, says Michael, because we could actually meet up with them in the foothills. I thought so too, said Grace. And it'll be a chance for them to see the kids too. Do you still have that cold? Yeah. As Grace is ready to sneeze. Oh, I'm about to sneeze, so hold on. Are you sure you're okay with going to the cabins? Oh, I'm okay. It's not a full blown cold, thank God. Anyway, as you were saying, Michael, tell me more about this hiking expedition slash camping expedition. Well, we're not going camping, Grace. It's still too cold. I just need to get away. I need to start planning for this project, whether I'm going to do it or not. And I need time to pray. I need time with my family. And I'm honestly thinking I just want us as a family to go. I'm really kind of hoping that we can just go as a family and I just need family time, a time to just pray and get close to God. And what better way than to get into God's country again? And I like the cabins and cottages a lot better. I like the fact that we can just be a family for a change. It's a chance for us to disappear a little bit and get close to God. We need some time alone. And besides, it's our anniversary, more or less, if you know what I mean. It's a time for the kids to enjoy some time alone, play some baseball if the weather's warm. If not, then we can always do some things, outings or things like that. You know what I mean, Grace? Yeah, I totally get what you mean. Plus, we're only a half hour away from home. It's not like we're going on a full blown vacation. And it's affordable, said Grace, which I like that idea. So you have me sold. What do you think about us just going as a family? Just the kids, you and me. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. We need to do this alone. We're going to tell mom and dad, Miss Yuka Machoto, that we're going away for the weekend, an extended weekend, and that we'll be back on Monday. If we have to come back so that the kids have their time at school, then we'll come back Sunday night. How's that? We'll just leave early Friday and head out. We'll pick up the kids from school and just head out. I think that's a better idea. I don't want them missing school, to be honest with you. Being as it's only a half hour away. Okay, here's the decision we're making. If we meet our brothers for breakfast, we can always drive back and meet them for breakfast. How's that? I mean, it's not like it's a long trip. Okay, Michael, you have me sold on the idea. Let's do it. It's just a short break. It's just us as a family. So Michael calls his mother and dad and tells them his plans. Mom, Dad, hi son, how are you? Said Mom. Doing really good. Grace and I are going to take the kids and go to the cabins for 3 days. We're leaving Friday right after school and we'll be back Sunday night. Oh, really? That is a great idea. This is perfect. This is like an anniversary getaway with you and the kids. Yeah, we were thinking about asking all of you, but we figured you needed a break from the kids. A break from the kids? We would love to go. Besides, you need us. Yeah, in a lot of ways, you're right. It's up to you, Mom. Ask Dad and then let me know. I'll talk to Grace about it, and like I said, it's up to you. Okay, I'll talk to Dad, and I'll call you right back. As he hangs up the phone, he just changes his mind again. So he goes to Grace and he says, Grace, I asked and I didn't realize I said it. It just kind of came out. What came out? Well, I offered that mom and dad could come. Oh, you did? So you changed your mind? I guess I did. Okay, so mom and dad are going to come now? Well, I offered for them to stay in a separate cabin. Oh, you did? Okay, so it'll be mom and dad and the kids and us. Yes. Well, okay. So mom and dad will be there and they can help us with the kids. So there it is. We'll find out in a few minutes if they're willing to come. And if they're not, it'll just be us. So there it is. And just moments later, Mom calls back and Mom says, "Yes, we're interested in going. And we'll stay in a separate cabin. We won't get in the way. We know you need time alone with the kids, and it is your anniversary weekend. So we're leaving early Friday afternoon, right? Yes. Have your bags packed. You're going to stay in a separate cabin, and you can help out with the kids. And this will give you time to enjoy the kids as well." This sounds great. Dad is going to really enjoy this time. I'm pretty sure you will. Listen, I have to make a few phone calls and make reservations at the cabins. So I'll get off the phone with you, Mom, and I'll be back and I can talk to you later. Listen, we're on our way over anyway, so whatever you need at the grocery store, we'll pick it up. Don't buy too many groceries because we're going to be gone for the weekend. So buy whatever, like, the necessities, more or less. Okay, son, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, Mom, I'll talk to you in a bit. So Michael gets off the phone and calls the cabin organization that he deals with that sets up the rentals. Camping World, Jenna speaking. Hi, Jenna. I'm calling about having a reservation for the campgrounds, and we're looking for two cabins, a cabin of 8, or actually 10, and a cabin for 2, or a cottage. I can do that right now. Just give me one moment. Okay. And you can pay credit card when you get here? Yes, I can. And when would that be? That'll be this Friday, let's see, the 16th. Okay, you got it. Just be here Friday. Are you going to be coming in? What time? We'll be there by 4 o'clock, maybe earlier, depending on traffic. Okay, so around 4 o'clock, we'll just shoot for. At the latest 5 o'clock, but I'm thinking 4 o'clock is the soonest we'll be there. Okay, we'll see you then. So you'll be here for the whole weekend? Yeah, till Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, more or less. Okay, well, you could pay us whatever additional costs for however long you're there. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate your time. Okay, great. You got your reservations, and we'll see you when you get here. Okay, awesome. As he finishes his phone calls and realizes that everything's really set, they just have to pack the car. Well, Grace? Yes, Michael. Everything's set. We got the reservations. Mom and Dad are going. And we're going to just tell Mrs. Yokoshona and make sure that everybody's off for the rest of the week. And that's it. So Grace does the rest of it. She said, "Let me handle this. I will make sure that everybody's off for the rest of the week." And by that point, let's see, the 19th, that'll be the last day that we will have Stacy working is Monday, Sunday and Monday. So, and then of course, Michelle will be back on the 20th. So I'll make sure that she's aware to be here on Sunday. Jessica will be working overnight, and I will make sure I have the schedule all straightened out. Okay, sounds good. Don't forget to mention to Kelly today that she needs to strip the beds when we leave, before we leave, and make sure she vacuums and does all that stuff as well. Okay, sounds good. So they straighten out all the things that need to get straightened out before they leave for the trip. Oh, as everything starts to approach, the week is going to be come and go really quick. So as they realize they have some packing to do and get ready for the trip, it's going to be a quick, easy, fast trip, but the week, of course, is still upon them. Now, the kids don't know that they're going away for the weekend yet. Do they tell them now or do they wait? They really don't want to explain anything yet until they know for sure everything's all set and everything's organized. Well, I could tell them now, but that would be kind of cheating. So I'm going to wait till we got everything figured out. Maybe I should go in and have some coffee. Grace decides to go shopping. I don't know what she's shopping for, but she should tell me ahead of time before she leaves. She just leaves a note. Honey, I'm shopping. I'll be back in a short while, is what the note reads. Okay, so it's just Michael at home with the babysitters. And of course, Stacy's doing a fantastic job helping out, being the nanny, as she talks to the other girl, Kelly, that's been working on the house. And Michael comes in drinking coffee as he has a really bad headache and notices that Kelly and Stacy are taking a break. How you doing? Said Michael to Stacy and Kelly. Oh, we're doing good. You're on break? Yeah. It's working out really well because these breaks help a lot. A lot of work got done, said Kelly. I stripped the beds early instead. Oh, you did? Yeah. Grace told me to strip the beds and vacuum, so I went ahead and did that. So that's a couple loads of laundry that I have to finish today before I leave for my shift. Okay, well, you have a workload. That's no question. What about the baby's room? Yeah, I will probably have to get to that as soon as I'm done here with my break. Being that the kids are down for a nap, I really don't have time to get into the kids' room until after they wake up for their nap. Well, the coffee's not strong, thank God, said Michael. Yeah, I made it. I don't make it strong. I don't like strong coffee. It's too bitter, said Kelly. Good, Kelly. I like the way you make coffee. Yeah, it's not strong at all, Kelly. So how you doing so far? Um, I've been doing pretty good. After Valentine's Day, it seems like it's just like another holiday. You know, you're just glad it's over. Yeah, in a lot of ways, it's true. It's a lot of hype, believe me. It's an enjoyable holiday if you have, you know, a significant other. But for some people, it's the worst. It's always like bad memories, woe is me, you know. Yeah, that's what it can be like. I don't know. I used to be in that same funk, thinking I'd never meet that certain somebody and depressed all the time. I know that feeling all too well. What about you? Um, you're Stacy, right? Yeah. Well, I went through the same thing. I didn't really think about Valentine's Day too much because I had broken up with my boyfriend about 6 months ago. So I didn't really want to think about it. I didn't really want to plan anything. I just wanted to get through it. I think holding my teddy bear was a lot more better of an experience. Plus, watching old movies that I used to like, catching up on, with friends that are single, of course. So you're both single. Yeah, I'm young enough where being single is okay. It's not a bad thing. I have a couple friends that are single too, so it's not as bad. There's a lot of girls that are with guys that are miserable and unhappy, so it doesn't make me feel bad at all. I mean, I'd rather be single than miserable with somebody. Good point, Stacy. Well said. So as they finish their conversation, I get the feeling I hear a baby crying. Can some one of you excuse me for a moment? I just want to check and see if it's Elijah. Oh no, not Elijah. Elijah's at school, right? Yeah, Elijah's at school, and so is Jenny. Yeah, then it has to be Josiah. Yeah, Josiah or Melissa. All right, check and see if they're awake. So Michael goes in the other room and he hears, yeah, listen, Stacy, if you can do me a favor, can you check and see if Josiah's up and check and see if Melissa's up and just tend to them for a moment. I'm going to finish my coffee. Okay, in the meantime, Kelly, do me a favor. If they're up, go ahead and strip their beds and tend to that, and then bring the kids down one by one, and I'll help you out. That me, that being Stacy. I'll help you out with the kids. Okay, sounds great. Well, well, in this case, Grace is out, but she'll be back. Well, all this time, Grace is out shopping, and she finds candles that are electric. Wow, this is really a nice candle. I need to buy candles that are more like that. And I really like these Yankee candles that are electric. It would be really perfect for what I'm looking for, too. The saleswoman comes up. Hi, my name is Carol, and I'm going to be your saleswoman. Can I help you with anything? Well, I really like this candle. It's really wide and it's electric. It's battery operated, is what Carol said. They're perfect because if you have kids, in this case, this is ideal for the fact that when you have kids, it won't tip over and burn the house down. That's exactly why I buy candles that are electric, or in this case, battery operated. You know what? Can you put that up to the front desk? And I'm sure that's a good purchase. It looks just what I need for this weekend. Okay, said Carol. I'll see you up front. So she gets the box at Yankee Candle and takes the box up front. This is perfect. And how much would that be? Well, it's actually on sale. It's actually on sale for $37. Oh, $37. It's on sale? Okay, I'll buy it. Okay, so Grace decides, well, while she's out, she might as well get her hair done for the event. Being as that she really didn't get her hair done, she just needs a trim. So she goes to Uptown Salon. And she goes to the same hairdresser that she goes to. Her name is Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. It's nice to see you. Oh, it's good to see you. I just need a trim. Do you think you have time to give me in today? I sure do. I can put you in here. If you can wait a few minutes, I'll get you a haircut. So, of course, Grace gets a haircut, and it's really not, doesn't take that long. So, by the time that's all said and done, Grace comes home and sees that Michael is tending to the children with Stacy, with the help of Stacy, of course, that being easier. Grace grabs a cup of coffee and says, wow, this is good coffee. Oh, delicious. Whoever made it knows what they're doing. And just then, Michael comes in and says, Stacy is babysitting the kids right now. Whoever made the coffee, did a fantastic job. By the way, I went candle shopping for this weekend. I bought an anniversary candle at Yankee Candle. It's just perfect for what we need. I had to get my hair cut too at Uptown Salon. Oh, well, you did. Well, isn't that nice? Yeah, I needed a haircut. I should have got it sooner, and I realized the plans we're making, I needed to feel extra special for the weekend. Well, Grace and Michael decided since Stacy was done pretty much with all the laundry and washing the items, she put the bedspreads back on and had refitted the beds. Everything was done pretty much for the day. Well, Stacy, we really appreciate your hard work. That's a lot of work. We're going to give you a tip. Really? A tip? I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of work to put the beds together. So Michael pulls out a $20 bill as a tip. Here, thank you for doing extra work. I thank you so much for the $20 tip. I need the gas money, by the way. It does, it's hard, you know what I mean? Yeah, we know what you mean. So, Stacy's about to wrap up for the day. Is there anything else I can do? Said Stacy. Nope, just clock out and just go home. Thank you, said Stacy. I'll talk to you later. And Stacy leaves. And of course, not Stacy, this is Kelly. Kelly leaves, and Stacy's gonna leave too because her relief is coming in, and that's Jessica. Just as Stacy and Kelly are leaving, Jessica comes in to relieve. Oh wow, Jessica, it's so good to see you. So is dinner on? Yeah, we haven't really ordered dinner or even made dinner yet. So we just got groceries because mom and dad are coming in here anytime. They bought groceries? Yeah. I don't know what their plans are, but I think that mom and dad are going to make, I'm sorry, not make groceries, but make the dinner tonight. Oh, really? So we have to wait till mom and dad get here? Yeah, they're running late. So mom and dad finally show up and they said, Mom and Dad, what's going on? Oh, well, we were kind of slowed down. We had some things we wanted to do. What did you do? Asked Michael. Well, we decided to do some extra shopping. We went to the outdoors shop at Cabela's. Oh, really? We decided to buy some camping gear this time. You know, some warm sleeping bags. Hint, hint. Oh, really? Yeah. So we bought some extra things, and we figured we were just going to keep it real easy and simple, and make spaghetti and meatballs tonight. Oh, that's their favorite. You actually made a hit. Mrs. Yokomashoto was wondering what was going on, so she came upstairs and she asked what was going on. And she just wanted to peep in and say, Hi, everybody. How are you? How's my kids? How's my grandchildren? Oh, we're doing good, Grandma. Said the kids were coming in with Grandma and Grandpa after grocery shopping. Oh, everything's good, Grandma. We're having spaghetti and meatballs, said Elijah, and said Jenny. Oh, that's great. Do you want to come downstairs and watch some Hulu with me? Of course, Grandma, said Elijah. Is it okay, Mom? Yeah, it's okay. Jenny said, Mom, I really like watching Hulu with Grandma. So they go downstairs with Mrs. Yoko Mashoto and watch Hulu, the very favorite programs that they watch. Of course, that takes a lot of pressure off of Je- Jessica. So really, she has to just tend to the kids, that being Melissa and Josiah. So this is really easier on Jessica, as Jessica takes the kids upstairs and plays in the playroom. Jessica, you don't have to take the kids upstairs. You can just play in the playroom down here. You know what? It's actually easier to take them to the playroom down here, said Jessica. So that's a good idea. As they begin to plan out the night and they talk to their brothers a little bit more, the plans are set. As the getaway is about to begin and the trip is now in full swing, they know that the plan to pack the car is a bigger deal as they draw closer to the weekend. Michael's packing the car and he says to Grace, Listen, I'm going to pack the car ahead of time. There's some things that I want to have on a camping trip. So Grace agreed. After dinner, it was just clean up as usual and getting the kids to bed. Grace, I don't usually like to race for time, but I just like to be more prepared. Last time we just went on a whim, more or less. As she was talking to Michael about the plans that they had, she got a phone call from her other brother. His name is Mitchell. Mitchell, hi. I hear we're going to see you over the week, with the weekend. So we're going to meet up for breakfast after our hiking expedition. Something like that. I think the plans are coming together slowly. Why don't we just meet for breakfast before we go hiking? That way we can get some grub, see the kids, and get to acquainted, and then we'll head out on the hills. Okay, whatever you decide. Just let us know, okay? We'll see you in the foothills. Do you want to go to Cracker Barrel? Grace laughed. Sure. If you want to go to Cracker Barrel, that's fine by us. So we'll meet at Cracker Barrel and you get to meet our family and our relatives are going to be with us. That being our Mike's mom and dad. And it'll be a long but nice, exciting adventure for you all. Okay, Mitchell, I'll talk to you later. So her other brother, Raymond, calls and says the same thing. We're going to meet at Cracker Barrel, said Grace. And Raymond said, yeah, that's perfect. That'll work out great. So the plans were set for Friday and that they would meet their brothers before they went on their hiking expedition on Saturday morning. So everything's working out, Grace. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, actually, I think I like the plan that is working out. So we get to introduce the kids and everything will work out just like clockwork. Yeah, I think this will work out just perfectly. I don't know how these things happen, but they just kind of happen and they do work out. I'm glad the kids aren't going to miss any school either. I really don't want them to miss any of their homework assignments. We pay a lot of money for them to go to that school. Grace, are you drinking more coffee? Yes. Sorry. It's really good coffee. Whatever Stacy put in that coffee, it's good. Well, she's good at making coffee, that's for sure. Okay, so as everything winds up, they get closer to the trip and they start planning out the rest of their trip to the cottages. They get to the cottages and unpack. They pay for their bill and everybody's settling in. As Saturday approaches, they get to Cracker Barrel and meet up with their brothers, and they're so excited. Their brothers hug and kiss their little nieces and nephews. It's so exciting. Elijah was so beaming with his excitement as he got to see his big uncles, Raymond, Mitchell, and Mark. Wow, so good to see you. He shook his hand, and they, like a young gentleman, and they were so impressed by Elijah. And Jenny, of course, they were just excited to meet Jenny. And of course, they couldn't help but kiss Josiah and hug Michelle. And I mean, Melissa. This is so exciting. I can't wait, said Elijah. Do you play baseball? Said Elijah to his uncles. And they said, we used to play in Pee Wee and Little League. And they were excited to have this conversation. The conversation could have gone on for hours where Elijah was going. Of course, they couldn't keep the kids from asking questions because they asked so many questions, so inquisitive. Grandma and Grandpa were so thrilled at Elijah's inquisitive nature. He's always asking questions. Is that his age group? As Grace was like, yeah, it must be because he's always full of questions and less answers than questions. As Michael and Grace realized that they were in not in so much a hurry, but they were headed out on a hiking expedition, they knew that this was going to be their last time they were going to see him for a while. They knew that they wanted to make this the most of the trip. They said that they were going to go back to the cabins. Were they interested in going back to the cabins? And they said, no, we're going to head out and get ready for the hiking expedition because they had people waiting for them and they were going to meet in the parking lot there at Cracker Barrel. And they said, we're going to stay back here at the parking lot and wait for our group that we're meeting with for the hiking expedition. So it made only sense that they would all stay back in the parking lot to meet their group. It's a group that they belong to that travels throughout the United States and they go group by group and they go on these hiking trails. So, of course, naturally, it was winding up and they paid the bill at Cracker Barrel and headed back to the cabins. It was time to unwind a little bit as Grace realized the kids had fell asleep in the car. Mom and Dad helped out by getting the kids back into their beds at the cabins. Mom and Dad got a cottage, so it was kind of nice that they were close by. All right, so this is time for us to nap and rest. We can always relax and do more stuff later, but this is our chance to take advantage of the napping. So why don't we do this? Well, the kids are ready and already down for a nap. Let's relax. That sounds like perfect, said Mom and Dad. We're going to go take a nap ourselves. Besides, we have those new sleeping bags that we bought at Cabela's. So perfect. Great outdoors, and it's going to keep us warm. All right, well, we'll see you later, said Mom and Dad. Dad said, Son, that was so enjoyable. I really enjoyed the experience and meeting the boys and the men they we got to meet at the hiking expedition. They're all going to have a good time. It looks like it. I'm just busy being a father, that's all, said Michael. Grace smiled. You sure are. You're a great dad. Well, let's wrap it up here and let's get down for a rest and a nap, and we'll call it at least half a day for the most part. Yeah, I have to say, Michael, so far this trip has become exactly what I had hoped, a relaxing trip for all of us to enjoy. It sure has, Grace. I really enjoy relaxing. Besides, you haven't really enjoyed yourself in a while, and this is what we needed, an anniversary trip with our family. Instead of going on a fancy vacation, I figured this was exactly what we needed, a trip where we can spend time with God. While we're on the subject, let's say a little prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for getting us here. Thank you for everything that you do in our lives. We especially pray for our brothers and sisters in their travels, especially as they're going to be on a hiking expedition and traveling and seeing the sights and sounds of Branson. We pray especially for our family right now as they're resting. We thank you for everything that you do in our lives as we're taking this break, a well needed break. Thank you for all that you do in our lives and that much more. We especially thank you for your sacrifice and gift, mercy, and salvation message that you have sent to us and everything you do for our lives. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen and amen, said Grace.